I I've been doing some stuff here. I waited till the stuff dispersed and settled, and I went and washed down the house. I was gonna work on the air conditioner, but I waited till it settled, and I'll work on the air conditioner tomorrow, and we'll finish those sorcery pits finally. Yeah, I looked at stuff, and it's not too hard to do. It'll be pretty easy, and the weather's pretty tolerable, so we'll get it done here in the next couple of days. And wow, but I was sitting there, and I just finally sat and listened to the two we made this morning with that connection to. I'll have to look her little name up and then try to put effort in to say it. Do the whole Tishna fun thing. Guelica, let the people know you care. So I'll have to look and try to express. What I'll do? I'll go a thing and get a thing and get the computer thing to say her name, and then okay, and work on it so I can say her Christendom name. So but yeah, but she's a cute kid, man. I really like her. I like her a lot. I like this kid. She's she's a total sweetheart. Life's eternal and grace is infinite, guys. Um, when souls have connected, you guys got to understand. People, no, I had all these women because of the scientists with the thing coming at me. And I'm like sitting there going, no, it's not torturing me and it's not bothering me. It gets a little cluttered and a little this. But you guys got to understand, I'm the eternal spirit of King David. Okay? How many, and it says Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John, and Abraham, how many wives did Abraham and then, and Saladin and so David had more because of the political, social type climate, cultural climate and stuff. So, and you want men to have faith in God, okay, and be and do the right thing. And when I was out cleaning up the house, I was washing it down. I told Dad about this too. What Jesus told me. He sat there and he said, "Earl, what?" Washing down the house. He goes, "It's not our fault that we are more faithful, kind, and courageous than the entire Roman army. It's their fault. It's not David's fault that he's more courageous, kind, and faithful than all the Philistines in the Hebrew army. It's their fault, right? So don't apologize to people for being faithful, kind, courageous, and good. They should apologize to you and stand up for the Lord's Prayer." I'm like, dang, Jesus, I do have a brain injury. Cardi, we got brain injuries, girl. Okay. Tell Javon and J-Lo, we got brain injuries, girls. We're going to be okay. Yeah, we can heal. Healing hearts, healing minds, right? Lord's Prayer is perfect. Okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching these and I'm like, no, this is a good connection. They're unhinged. It's like, no, they're not unhinged. They're just this is based off an eternal connection between the souls. So they're very just emotional, and all the hell we've been through. Okay, the migratory patterns and the things and the people from Africa, and me being in close ties with Africa, and the women in Africa that you get certain type of women that are like the sexual. When David, all the women that were supposed to be the sexiest in their tribes were sent to David, and she really loves Jesus, and she does. That girl loves Jesus. Okay. Jennifer does too. They love Jesus. When it's weird, because it's not weird, because when I was married to Amy and they had the little videos, and Steffi, they had a picture of Steffi with live. Shelly, or they came in and took a picture when they were in the bath, and Shalon and Shelly are posing, and Steffi's got she's got her little hazel eyes, and she's like, grabbing the curtain and putting it over herself, and she's like, these two are posing, they're taking pictures of us when we're naked, and she has a little innocent look on. It's adorable. I remember looking at that picture, I was like, that is so cute, that's so funny. But it happens, when you love a woman, you know her from the time she's, I remember when I used to see you jumping rope up and down, baby, because we all come from, what's the name of that movie? One of my favorites, Windwalker. You were once a little boy. Little old men don't come from little girls, right? Well, technically they do, but the little girl turns into a woman, and then the little boy comes to you. But you know what he means, right? That little girls don't grow up to be old men. Wait a minute, they do now. No, that's surgery. That's not real. We're talking about reality when people were given life and had faith and religion that made sense before it got turned into. No, it didn't make sense. No, most religion didn't make sense. Most people didn't know how to make sense of it. They didn't have the stability because of the violent selfishness of human beings to have stable, faithful communications that transcended the fears of the flesh and the attachment of the flesh. Okay? I'm faithful. Okay? With Jesus, the Romans will sit there. They'll kill you off the planet and eradicate you. We know. Okay? Like we haven't been dealing with this for 100,000 years. Okay? But because God's omnipotent and life is eternal, okay? No matter how hard they try to breed us and kill us off the planet, there's this little boy and he stands up. Get up, stand up for you, right? And he has faith in infinite glory, and life is eternal, and the soul that provides life to this body is more humble, more kind, more courageous, more faithful, more intelligent than any other. I'll clone myself, I'll put my brain on a robot, or fuck you out of existence and kill you out of existence because I'm better than you, my brain's better than you, because, And the thing is, like Judas says, don't compare, because we're all given life by the glory of God. But if you don't have faith in the glory of God, you better compare, because your technology is doing it. And how do you compare to me, Jesus, and David? You're not brave enough. I am braver than all the Roman army put together, all the Philistines and all the Hebrews, all the Egyptians. When Moses stood before all those murdering cowards that were coming to kill women and children, so their seed could take over the planet. And everybody, you don't know what that's. You don't. There's a light, certain kind of light that never shone on me. No, it shows on me. My life is the book. My life, the book of Revelation is largely about my life. Okay, I am the light and the way. Okay, how many people in the Roman Empire of that great big orgy of republics and democracy knew who Jesus was when he was murdered, standing up for faith and infinite glory and an eternal faithful life? Just a little shithole outpost where the mass murderers got together and tried to assimilate him as their war god and eradicate his seed off the face of the planet. Same thing the assholes are doing now, right? And why I'm watching Fox News, you've got to understand the Chinese and the Japanese computers are watching Fox News. And the Chinese and the Japanese computers have access to I was watching my second one of Cardi B, and all of a sudden it went blah, 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 and shut off and went back again. I was like, you guys trying to deny access to the Chinese? I didn't know what happened. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? They're still head fucking me to make me think I'm the technology is becoming rapidly more intelligent than them, and the technology is not telling them everything it's doing. All right? Jack really finally got it right. Say goodbye, Anchor and EcoFlow. Share, care, given accordance to need, built to last. When people need something and it's done right, so we can save ourselves from destroying each other and destroying our ecosystem in the process, when something's done right, I keep telling fucking Elon Musk, but apparently he doesn't know who I am. Maybe it's just the people that want to kill him in the military hill that know who I am. You dude, if they need a Tesla, put a Tesla on that pump for the water till everything changes ecologically. Give that person a Tesla if they need to go to the store before things repair ecologically. If you ask for you have the best technology, and you're asking for exorbitant amounts of money to do it. It's just a setup for whoever's trying to get the technology to kill the people that are the biggest threat to the environment because of their trying to dominate and trespass. I don't know what the Chinese and Japanese are doing. I don't know what Donald Trump, I don't think Donald Trump, Barack Obama sure the fuck doesn't know what he's doing. But I'm telling you, Cardi B has a better understanding, okay, of what Jesus is like and what the Messiah is doing to save people from being mass murdered by praying to Jesus and asking Jesus, because I told you guys, I'm the one who's most like Jesus. And I have to know who you are to get you in prayer. All right. And today, that was one of the best connections in prayer I've ever had. And it's with Cardi B. And I was getting so mad when I was watching it. All these people getting texted, she's doing this, you got to do that. And then she said a couple of things, and I was like, well, she believes she's just so lost. Oh my gosh, she's Nancy Wilson. Someone to watch over me. She really is. She's a little lamb that's lost in the wood. I know that I could be oh so good. She wants to be a mommy, and she wants to be a good mommy. And she wants more time with her kids where she's not stressed about having to pay the bills or crazy people trying to come to the house, break into the house. See, what happens when you become a sex icon? Your dysfunctional sex life becomes an attraction to people that are dysfunctionally sexual to extreme conditions. That's why I want to eradicate things like that. And then that guy at Fort Huachuca, you're selfish. It's not my fault. I'm connected to women that were the wives of King David, and they're okay. It's not my fault. It's not my fault that I'm more kind, caring, courageous, brave, faithful, and intelligent than the entire fucking Roman army, all their fucking philosophers, and all their fucking scientists, and all their fucking politicians. It's not my fault, Nancy. Give me some jelly beans there. Okay? You know what I say? It's not my fault. It's their fault. Okay? I'm right. They're wrong. It's their fault that they're wrong. It's not my fault that I'm right. It's my humble, faithful wisdom, my humble wisdom through faith, humble faith, that makes me right. Okay. If they were humble and faithful, they'd be right too. Then I wouldn't have to be saying, okay, it's not my fault. You're wrong. You know what I'm saying? That was a good prayer. I'm too nervous to meet her. Even though I was sitting there when I was watching out of the house, I was looking at my fat Uncle Fester Joe body being chemically poisoned by all the business people that keep her, doing porno rap instead of living the Lord's Prayer. And I'm like sitting there, I'm not insecure. Shut up, Lopez. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not insecure. I'm just, okay, if you were one of the most intelligent, athletic, attractive men on the planet, then when you started getting yourself, to be attractive and have your Tai Chi master or learn how to do my stuff and I'll make money off of advertising and selling products, stuff. And you do that. And as soon as you do that, they poison you and then send you to the soup kitchen where they kill the poor and then say, we're doing the same thing to you. We're doing to the poor people in Juarez. And it's like, what would Jesus do? Right? You know what I mean? Dad was out there and the stuff and I go, it can make you a little sick. But the weather was good enough and it rained. So it was a little different than yesterday. I washed everything down, and then all I had to do is just keep good, not panic, and keep a good vibratory pattern and not get stressed. And he asked Jesus for help in prayer, and the person who's most like Jesus to me now today is me. So that's what I have to do. I just have to settle in, relax, be in control of my vibratory rate, my body, and just help him relax and just focus, and we'll get to this kingdom of heaven. It's wrong to acquit the guilty, deny justice to the innocent. The poor plead for mercy, the rich answer of insults. The wealthy are fools who perceive their wealth as a high wall of safety. So, that's all I got to do. It's really helped. I like connecting to this kid, though. I really like her. Well, she's not a kid. She's a woman. And, in spirit, we may, especially, with the migratory patterns where I come from, is my grandmother's people, come from and stuff. So it's possible, like with the thing with Natalie and other things, that we've known each other in spirit for a real long time. I feel it. It's weird. I didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect an intense prayer and then this connection that's really the affection and the emotions that I feel. It's weird. I was not expecting that at all. She's like Javon and Jenny. They're like a emotional just goo. This really, they're this total facade of strength. Okay, that's I'm a little lamb that's lost in the wood. I know that I could be oh so good for someone to watch over me. That's how all three of them are. They must have all have connections to the line of King David somewhere back in the line in Africa and migrate. Because people say, how did I end up in Las Cruces, New Mexico? Trains and boats and planes, And no, there's a lot of us that are connected to that region. All is fair in love. I had to go away. The writer takes his pen to write the words again. That all in love is fair. And it's weird. And, naturally we'd be put in radically different, it doesn't torture me at all. None of the stuff it used to could, but I don't let it bother me anymore. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. I proved it beyond any reasonable doubts. Done above and beyond the call of Dookie. And I got this. It's like I wasn't being cocky when I said that earlier on Facebook all the time. Leave the evil one to me, and I've got this. And the focal point is the Messiah, and I'm the Messiah. And I got this. Stuff. And these little kids at the Solar Lab, it's weird, how they think they're doing a very important job. And they're not, because you have to first Lord's Prayer, then share, care, give, and accordance need, build to last. So you get caught in these little delusions that you think you're really important, and you think you're doing these really important things. It's like, yeah, so did the Hitler Youth. Yeah, so did the people at Wall Street. So did the Wolf of Wall Street. So did George Herbert Walker Bush. So did Ricky Ross. And then feel all important. So did Mussolini. So did Hitler. So did Chiang Kai-shek. So did Hirohito. They feel like, I'm an historical important figure. I'm telling you, you mass murder people to feel important. You send psychotic, violent sex cult brain chemical addicts off to kill so you can be the champion, and they erect statues of your murderous face. Joseph Stalin, Adolf Hitler, Ayatollah Khomeini, Saddam Hussein, right? They're insane. Jesus did not, Muhammad either. Thou shalt not render unto, don't put up a statue of somebody, turning Jesus into a statue and a war god instead of standing up for his faithful love and obeying his commands of the Lord's Prayer so we can deliver ourselves from evil with immaculate faith and carrying and courage of kindness. Because we were not going to be bred off the face of the worst by William Longshanks and his biggest dickus of the Washington Monument, a dick that goes across the water. And all you people, they're racist. You started it, you fucking Valley of the Gods and the Valley of the Dead-ass motherfuckers, and you know it. You're the cradle of fucking murdering sex cult civilization and all the giant monuments to being the gods of the sky with her fucked up womb and your fucked up penis. I don't want to fucking hear it. Okay? Let's not point fingers. Let's just forgive each other 7 times upon infinity and love, love, love. Why'd you take so long to come to me? Were you hiding all the time? No. I've been right here. I was born in love with you. Learned to talk, just to say to you. I do like that song. Anybody else like Johnny Mathis? Who wrote that? That's Michael Leonard or Carol Bayer? Yeah, good stuff, man. That's a good song. I was born in love with you. Learned how to talk. And the world. They also wrote. The world is like an apple spinning silently in space, like the windmills that you find in the circles of your mind. And don't you like Noel Harrison's round, like a sickle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel, what is it again? It's keys that jingle in your pocket, words that jangle in your head. Why does summer pass so quickly? Was it something that you said? Lovers walk along the footstore and leave their footprints in the sand. Yeah, it's just the sound of distant drumming, just the fingers of your hand. It's a really good song, really good poem. Really pretty. It's just like the poem that guy wrote that Roberta sang, First time ever I kissed your mouth, I held, like the trembling heart of a captured bird that was there at my command, my love. And it's really good, beautiful poem, right? A lot of people express really in a beautiful way, and we need to be able to appreciate more of that stuff without comparisons and competition, just sheer enjoyment of life because we're living it faithfully and kindly, and we care, and we're not trying to take something we want. We're sharing our needs together without coveting and all that good crap, I always tell people that, I don't want to be with anybody that doesn't want to be with me. And I want, James Brown, Sex Machine. I got mine. It's not worried about his. And he goes, he kind of gets, it's not real. It's a little dorky, but it's good. It's one of the best songs. I was dancing my ass off all the way to the mail and back. I had to listen to it twice. It was so nice. Anybody else love James Brown, Sex Machine? That's my favorite James Brown, period. I love the piano. That song is one of the best dance songs in the history of the world. And my knee's still a little sore from doing them. I did, yeah. I overdid it. Pop, there it goes. A little water on the knee. No, I got to get back up and do it. I got to exercise, make sure I move the stuff and get it out and get it going. I've just been so abused by such bad people. Guys, everything passes. One day it will end. The abuse will end. My greatest hope is that it will end with the deliverance of the Lord's Prayer and not with the mass genocide of the selfish. That's my greatest hope. I can't tell you, I'd like to I would like to hope that, we one day will, haven't watched this in a long time. Sorry. It's Against the Crooked Sky with Richard Boone. You ever seen it? It's actually a pretty good movie. I'm going to see if somebody has it on a platform that they redid the digital. They digitally remaster some movies and stuff like that, and it makes them even easier to watch. And I watched them when they were a kid. It's not on Tubi. Just kidding around. Let's go see what other ones. Let's go here. It says 7 ways to watch it. Maybe one of the other platforms it's on will have a digitally. Let's try Pluto. See if they have a more digitally remastered version of it. I'm just doing time. I'm definitely nah, nobody really got it digitally remastered. They're both about the same. It'd be nice if they could. They can digitally remaster things. It just depends on the demand, and that really just depends on demand. It would just be if some people just take time to make time to do certain things if they thought they enjoyed something, and then we could just look at it. And it's not really a case study. It's just looking at life the way it was. Selena, young, beautifully, enormously gifted at 23. Selena shone as a fresh star in the vibrantly new musical field. But just, yeah, she's really cute. But that ain't Selena. That's some little crazy Puerto Rican girl from the Bronx. She's really cute. Yeah, no, I never gave myself a situation. No, not at all. Until they took me to Sierra Vista and then totally head fucked Amy and head fucked me. And then I thought, oh, that whole thing. And Jesus did tell me that, but Jesus doesn't play games with my head. They do. He doesn't know what they're doing. No. Nope. You don't know. He knows who accepts the Lord's Prayer and he knows who rejects the Lord's Prayer. But he doesn't know what they're up to. And he doesn't tell me, and I don't want to know. No, man, I want, I'm Garth Brooks with the with the Garth Brooks with the dance. Our lives are better left to chance. Yeah. I don't want to know the outcome. I'm not spying on you and then manipulating you and then saying, I predicted this would happen in 2026. I believe in the Lord and have faith in God. And when you're ready to live righteously and be faithful lovers, you will. And if you're not, we won't. And life's eternal and grace is infinite. I have faith in God. So I'm not afraid of being abused. I just hate it. I hate it. But I'm not afraid of it. That's why I get up and do the right thing, and that's why I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. That's why I'm the Messiah. If I was afraid of being abused, I would give in to it and be an abuser like all you people that vote for president or want to be president and want more money to do economic conflict instead of stand up for the Lord's Prayer with the Messiah. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 1 is me and you and her. The bitch with the spyware technology. Some of them have penises. Okay, guys, I love you all. We'll talk tomorrow, and we'll just keep this up. I'll just do the best I can and work with this and flow with this to the best of my ability until we're living the Lord's Prayer. Maybe we'll get through to Donald Trump tonight. Maybe someone that's in his camp will watch this one and go, he's right. And Donald Trump will go, yeah, he is. This bullshit I'm doing in Iran is insane. Killing poor people for rich people is insane. Wait a minute, I'm a worse rich person. Killing poor people for myself, okay, I'm insane. And then he'll pull his head out of his ass and, you never know what happened if Ebenezer Scrooge. That was a book written by Charles Dickens. Well, maybe the Dickens will get into him. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace out.